All right, I think we're live. Let's see, are we live? All right, welcome back. My name is Larry James. My company is Speak with Larry, no spaces. And as you guys know, what I'm doing right now, I'm creating 36 videos in the first 90 days of the year. The reason I'm doing that is to introduce who I am to you guys that don't know who I am and to allow you to consider doing something with your free time, whether it's writing a book or creating videos or starting your own little business, something that can generate an income for you, over time. Because that's where we are right now. We are actually in that stage in life because of the different things that have gone on over the years that it's necessary that we're able to generate a little side hustle, a little income on the side, 100, 200, $300 a week, or maybe, $1,000 a month. That's only $12,000 a year. That's not going to change your life alone. But if you have a job that's paying you 30, 40, $50,000 a year and you're able to make 12,000 extra dollars annually, that can increase. Not only can it increase, but it allows you to view life differently because you're kind of living life on your terms at that point. You're not totally relying on a job or a company that you have no control over, whether or not it will pay you when you need to be paid. But that's not really what I'm going to talk about today. What I'm going to talk about the first 90 days of this year are three topics. One is credit, the other is small business, and the final, my favorite, is personal development, which is what I'm going to talk about today. When I mention the word personal development, what comes to your mind when I say that? Is that like a one thing? You want to work on one thing or you want to work on a variety of things? What is it that interests you about personal development? I'll wait. Well, let me share some things with you about personal development. Personal development, and you may know this, but you may not. But for those of you who or don't know it or are not sure, it's an inside job. Yes, inside, inside, head to toe, mind, body, and spirit. You, no one else, you. It's dependent on you. It's like when you set a goal to do something, and that goal is, let's say, unattainable in your mind at the time you set that goal. But because you want that so badly, so desperately, you're going to put 110% effort into making it manifest itself, right? You have to do the same thing when you're working on your mind, your body, and spirit. You have to become someone else, right? And the way you do that is you physically work out. You set up a system, no matter how small. It may just be walking around your home, you know, one or two times, or walking down to the corner, or going to an actual gym, regardless of what that is, and regardless of your age. It behooves you to incorporate that into your life and your lifestyle as soon as possible. Yes. Oh, what does my shirt say? Speak with Larry. Yes, I am Larry. Glad you asked. Anyway, that's one. You want to work on your body. You want to keep yourself physically fit. Then you want to work on your mental. You want to constantly increase your knowledge base. Add information constantly. One of the ways that I enjoy adding information is after I do some research and study, I like to share that information via video or on my podcast show. That way, it's being solidified and it's making my mind affect my body and my spirit because I know that now, right? It's like if you didn't know that that was the quickest way to get to where you want to go and you were going that way If I told you, hey, if you go that way, you can get there quicker. If you take my advice and you get there quicker, guess what? You're going to take my advice again because I solved a problem or issue or circumstance or a situation for you, which is how the internet business works. When you think about starting a business, you want to focus on what problem can you solve for someone, because if you can identify a problem, figure a way to solve that problem, and introduce yourself to the world as that problem solver, and people have that problem, they will come to you. If you build it, they will come. That's a fact, because I've been working in my system for over 10 years now. Actually, January the 1st made 11 calendar years that I've been dealing with the internet and setting up different systems. And today I'm at a point where it's, when I first started speaking, I would have to like have notes, and I would have to have like a teleprompter or something that I could read from. But today I can talk for hours just based on the knowledge that I've attained and the way I know how to script things right now in my mind, right? So that I can share this information without it being redundant and without you getting bored, right? So that's what I wanted to do, was become a speaker. And I was a person who had a fear of speaking at first. I did. I didn't know. I was, as a matter of fact, I was at my other job, my regular job, one day, and a lady asked me, she said, Larry, we were in a meeting, and she asked me, Larry, are you afraid to speak in public? Because there was a guy speaking up there. And I said, I don't know. I said, no. I said, no. I said, no, I'm not afraid, because I had never done it. And then I tried it, and it was like, wait a minute, what am I feeling? What am I going through? I wasn't feeling myself because of several reasons, but I didn't know that it would have that effect on me. Like I would sweat. I couldn't focus. I was thinking about the wrong thing, right? Which made me forget about what I was supposed to be talking about. Those type of things came into play. But through trial and error over time, and joining Toastmasters, I was a member of Toastmasters for a while because I was serious about it, right? I really wanted to become a speaker, because I believe that when you talk, you control an atmosphere, especially when what you're saying makes sense and people can follow it, right? Which allow you to generate an income, because one, you can get paid to speak. Two, you can sell products on on the stage once you come off. And three, it's a career that I wanted. It's the lifestyle that I wanted for myself, which is why I had to learn about the internet. I wasn't familiar with the internet. I'm actually an older person, right? When I say an older person, the internet wasn't around when I was a teenager. So I had to go through that process of, making errors, making mistakes, learning and unlearning, things that I had, solidified in my mind in the past, which no longer applied. It's kind of like being on a job for 30 or 40 years. Those days are gone, young lady, young soldier. If you were 18, 19, 20, 21, 25 years old, and you haven't been on your job for 10 years already, chances are very good you won't retire from that job. Those things are becoming extinct. That's why it's necessary to create a side hustle, what I call a side hustle, based on what you enjoy. And as you get more efficient and more effective at that, then you're able to generate a profit from that. Really, really simple nowadays. And I'm doing everything I can to get the word out about that. Now, getting back to your personal development, the mind, the body, and the spirit. Do you pray? Do you meditate? Have you accepted God as your savior? All that's necessary. But all that's an inside job. You have to tell nobody. It's not necessary that you tell nobody. It's not necessary that you will be offended when people say things about that, because it's based on your relationship with your God. That's how that works. I can't get you in heaven. You can't get me in heaven. They can't get you in heaven. She can't get you in heaven. It does not work like that. Only you can do that. However, we all do perish. So be aware of that. And there's no knock on the door to say, hey, this is your day to go. No, 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 no. It just poof, materializes itself and you're gone. Right. So you have a length, you have a period of time, but you don't know when that time is. So wouldn't it behoove you to begin that process as soon as possible? And it will change your life. It's kind of like setting up a budget when you're trying to get your credit back on track. You have to have a budget. You can't be just spending your whole check on frivolous types of things, right? And you want to be, financially fit. That's not how it works. So you have to change some things about yourself. And sometimes change is uncomfortable. Most times, change is uncomfortable. Unless we are aware that this is in the growth process, right? Sometimes we are, sometimes we're not. Still, change is different for a lot of people. Think about this. Let's say you're not working on your physical right now. And starting tomorrow, you join the gym and you committed to going to the gym 3 times a week for 30, let's say 45 minutes, 3 times a week for 45 minutes. I'm a personal trainer, so I know different circuits you can do, different exercises you can do. You can go this one and then that one, and then that one. And by the time you finish, 45 minutes is gone, right? Get on the treadmill for 15 or elliptic for 15 or 20 minutes. Boom, that time is gone. You do that 3 times a week for 90 days. You're not the same person day one, come day 90. You're not, because that clears out your mind and gets your body in line with your thoughts, right? Because now you have a different level of energy. You have a different level of commitment because you're going to see results in your body. As a matter of fact, reading is very important because reading is exercise for the mind, just like working out is exercise for the body. So it's important that you're able to understand all this that you're doing is going to benefit you. It will not benefit her. It will not do that. It will not benefit me. Just like if you don't do it, you don't get the benefit. Period. That's how that works. You get to talk about other people who's doing it and wish you could do it, but you have the strong enough character if you have a high enough self-esteem, which is another key to success. A lot of times people equate success to money. Success is not based on money. It's not. It's not. If you have your mind, your body, and your spirit and your peace, success. That's success. Because you're not guaranteed what tomorrow's going to look like. There are people who have millions of dollars and lose it and lose everything else because they lose their mind, because they put so much on the visual, the image that they wanted to project, that they kind of lost themselves in that. It's kind of like if you, let's say you're a regular person. When I say regular person, let's say you have a job that makes $40,000, $50,000 a year. Excuse me. And all of a sudden, by no expectation of your own, you get what's called a windfall of money. Let's say you get a drop in of $500,000. Let's do the math on that. You make $50,000 a year and you get $500,000 a year. Some people, and you may be some people, will get in trouble with that money because they're not used to it. They're not conscious of how to grow money. But not only are they not conscious of how to grow money, they want to impress somebody. They want to show somebody else they've been blessed. And they think that they're better than that next person that they're trying to impress because now they have a Lexus or Mercedes or Audi or whatever kind of car you want. You may even buy a home, which I recommend. Let's say you buy a $250,000 home. That's a nice home nowadays in certain areas, right? And you can pay cash. And when you pay cash, you can get that $250,000 home for like 175K. You know why? No interest. When you buy a home, you finance 30 years. That's 30 years of interest. When you start, the majority of your payments or your mortgage payments is interest, not principal. In other words, they're gonna get their money. When you pay cash, well, cash is king. Always remember that. When you pay cash, you can negotiate. All that's up for talk conversation, because it doesn't make sense to have $250,000 and go put $250,000 on a $250,000 house and walk away. No, that's not smart at all. Never do that. But people do that. Why? Because they're not taught differently, right? They're taught that the house is worth, first of all, they're gonna tell you the house is worth 300,000, but we're selling it for 250. What? So you got to just be smart. Always work on yourself. I went a little long on this video because I really want you to understand, but plus it's my mission to get you to get off that sofa and start doing something this quarter. I know people make resolutions, but they don't really stick to them, right? It takes a certain type of person to really kind of stick to what they start. That's how you become successful. Finish what you start. It's a process. It's a formula, and it's a secret. All right, listen, again, my name is Larry James. My company is Speak with Larry. I really appreciate you guys taking the time out of your busy schedule to watch these quick videos. I got, I think, 29 more to go. So I finished what I started. So you will be seeing me again. So get ready. I'll see you on the next video. And as always, share with someone else what I've shared with you.